welcome back to Wendy's Colouring. I'm Wendy and today we are looking through some of the books I've acquired probably through January and February really, but some of them are birthday presents from people because it was my birthday in February. So yeah, some of them I'm not as guilty for, but the majority I am guilty for. But yeah, well, we'll see. It is what it is, isn't it? Maria Troll, I had two that I didn't have. Twilight Garden, which I think is an earlier one, isn't it? But yeah, I really do quite like. I think I do prefer the earlier ones actually, 2017. So yeah, Twilight Garden I didn't have. It's an owl, so it's going to get coloured. Yeah, I really like this one. I think it's a nice book. I don't colour enough Maria Troll, but I still wanted the collection. I think her work is lovely. And Moon Valley, obviously the newer one. I was curious to see what the paper was like in this one. I did get the English printed one, even though quite often I don't get the English printed one, and the paper seems okay. It's not... Quite a few people seem to have one that had really white paper, and I wasn't too into that, so yeah, I've waited to get the English one, and yeah, the paper does seem quite smooth, that I have noticed, but again, still lovely book. Oh, another owl. Some more lovely pages. That's a nice page as well, isn't it? But again, it's not new. There's probably millions of flips out there. I'm not gonna hang around looking at it for too long, but yeah, two new well, new to me books by Maria Troll, Twilight Garden and Moon Valley. I'm not going to get... I think she's got Universum out, hasn't she? That's a compilation. I think there are a few new pages in there, but yeah, because I have all the other ones, I'm not going to get that one. Then I think she's got a new dinosaur one out as well, hasn't she? But dinosaurs, not so much my cup of tea. But Woodland Creatures, as you probably know, is very much my cup of tea by Camelia Ranjakova. So I did, again, I'm sure there's a million flips of it out because her books are always very popular. But yeah, for a quick colour, I thought I do like her books. I kind of wish she did these in a smaller size print, you know, like a pocket version. I think these would work really nicely on a little pocket version book. I think that would be a nice option for some of these, but I still like them. They're good. Oh, look at them. Flying squirrels, they're cute. They're, you know, cute little drawings. Woodland theme. It's just right up my street, isn't it? So, yeah, 50 Woodland Miniatures by Camelia Ranjakova. I'm just rushing through the ones that I know you'll have seen already. Then I really quite liked my Hairballs book that was bought for me very nicely for Christmas, and the paper in that has taken watercolour quite nicely, so it did kind of tempt me to see what else was available on UK Amazon by Hatchet Heroes in the same kind of theme. So I took a risk on this one. I hadn't really seen much about it, so is it Female Flowers or something like that? It's certainly... Anyway, something along those lines, if my French is right, by Art Therapy Books, the same Hatchet Heroes version. So, yeah, I wasn't sure what this one would be about. It's not a new book from 2020. I haven't opened it, as you can see. Let me just crack the spine a little bit. Mine is, don't know if you can know, but mine is a little bit dinged on the bottom. Thank you, Mr. Amazon. But all in all, I'm quite pleased with it, especially because it's one-sided for a start, which is always nice. And then you've got, again, I know it's not everybody's cup of tea, but you've got a range of, unsurprisingly, women with flowers. Some of which I prefer, others like this. I'm not going to paint all of these. That's too... I much prefer this, where you've got a large bouquet and a girl. These I'm just going to paint all the way over. I'm not going to have the patience to do the wallpapery backgrounds. I think that's a bit annoying. Oh, what a strange, bizarre choice. Chop all the face off. Just leave her with some eyes. But yeah, I thought it was a bit different. Didn't know what to expect. I don't mind portrait now and again. And because I know this will take a bit of watercolour, just does improve what you can do with it, a bit more exciting maybe. Do a bit of watercolour background here and there. So I thought that was quite a nice little book. If not a bit strange in parts, but yeah, I quite like it. I'm sure you're getting the gist, aren't you? You don't need a million pages to see, but yeah, they're mainly women and flowers, funnily enough, from a book titled Female Flowers. Yeah, so it's a bit bigger than my other one though. This one is more of an 8x8, I think, looking at it, whereas Hairballs is quite a small little book, Hairballs, isn't it, in comparison? So I was kind of thinking this would be the same size. I didn't look at the sizes, but it is quite a bit bigger. So Femmes Fleurs and ISBNs on there if you'd like it. I just got mine from Amazon UK, so I'm sure it's probably available in lots of places. Another one, I have the other two of these, but I did not have this last Daria songbook, The Time Garden. If I'm honest, I think I prefer the other two to this one. This one seems like it's a lot of windows and a lot of this kind of thing that I'm like, I'm not going to colour that. But it does mean that I could use markers or something that I know might go through here, and it's not the end of the world. So, and the same on this side. I don't think I'd be too devastated if I lost that in order to do the owl in whatever medium I wanted to. So there's good and bad sides to it, I think. I think it's not my favourite of the three, but it's still got some really nice bits and pieces in. There just seems to be a lot of pages like this in this one that I don't love. Create your own bakery. You're supposed to cut this out. Is that why it's got all of these wallpapery pages? Maybe that's what you're supposed to be doing. Oh, I like this where it's got like the newspaper on the floor. That's quite cute. Excuse my dog walking about if you can hear her. She was waiting by the door, but I did not open it. So now she's just huffed off back to her mat. As soon as you're not opening the door, Mum. She waits until I press record and then gets up and goes, oh no, I'll go out please. If you're going to sit there talking to yourself, I'm out of here. No, you're not, because I'm not opening the door. But yeah, like I say, it's not a new book. There's loads of flips from it, isn't there? But the last one in the series, so I had the set. Time Garden by Daria Song. Not my fave, but still a lovely series of books. And then another one that's adding to my collection is, I think this is the Italian version of Fabiana Attanasio's Jungle Book, obviously by Rudyard Kipling, that I cannot say now. Doesn't bother me that it's Italian. I think we're all kind of au fait with the story, aren't we? It's still got its massive map thing, big picture in. Again, I just got this from Amazon UK. I think it did come from the EU somewhere. I don't think it came from Italy though. But there were some really lovely pages in here that, again, I did fancy doing. I think my only downside with this is there, obviously, because it's the Jungle Book, there's quite a few leafy pages. And I do find that a bit boring. Once you've done 20 leaves, I'm out, mainly. But there's lots of other things, lots of other creatures, so I think it's just avoiding the pages that are too leafy. For me, is probably where I'm going to go with it. But it's a cute book, still available in this language version on Amazon UK. Jungle Book by Fabiana Attanasio. I think the only other one now that I'm missing is Cinderella, which looks to be an impossible mission. Now, this one I did get second hand from a Facebook seller, Fairy Tales colouring book by Tomiko Tashiro. I have one other of his books, and I've ummed and ahed at this one a few times when I've seen it on Etsy, but yeah, I wasn't going to pay Etsy prices, but as soon as someone already had it and they were selling it, I was more than happy to grab this one. So this is Fairy Tales one. As you can see, I've not really mauled it yet. Let's squash it out a bit. I think my only query with his work is pages like this, really, that are absolutely beautiful but impossible to colour. I think you can only just wash over it with some watercolour or something, can't you? I think this book I'd probably risk a bit of water in. It doesn't feel like it's the best paper. I think it will crinkle, but it probably take a little bit. Mushrooms, some flowery pages. Then we've got Hansel and Gretel. Again, a few too many leaves for me, but then a wallpaper page. Then a lovely dress, lady in a dress. It's all quite fine. I think it's got quite a really fine pen style, which I don't think is the easiest to colour. Like, some of this is so small and tiny. I'm thinking if I tackle this book and my other book by this illustrator, I am going to watercolour as a base and then just pick some details back out of it, I think is probably the way to go. Otherwise I suspect I'd drive myself mad with this book, because I do get lost in detail, and then I kind of start the task of colouring in individually each one of these, and then before you know it, I've got one page completed in a month, or not in this case, may not even get that done. But it is a lovely drawing, and I really do like the way the hair's mixed up with other flowers, and there's rabbits and other animals down here as you go. I think it's a beautiful drawing. Wallpaper, more wallpaper. Sleeping Beauty. I think that's the thing for this book. I think there are pages that I really like, and then pages that I know I'm probably not going to colour. Like this is lovely on this side. I really like this, where she's kind of leaning out the window. I was going to say it's like Rapunzel, and then I looked across and it was Rapunzel. That'll be that then. Evil witch cutting her hair, how rude. Swan Lake, another really pretty page. The 12 Dancing Princesses. Not a story I know, but looks interesting. They're all meeting blokes in boats by the look of it. Who knows? Cinderella. Pretty. The Story of the Magic Horse. Shells. Little Mermaid. Snow Queen. That'd be a good page to do, wouldn't it? That looks amazing. That needs some metallic watercolours. Oh yes. Snow Queen. I think that's it. The Nutcracker. Oh no, isn't it? I'm telling lies. Oh, I like this cake. Everything's coming alive. That's it. But yeah, it's a lovely book. I think it is available on Etsy. I think I have seen it pop up occasionally on Book Depository, but not lately, and I've missed it when it is. So yeah, I was quite lucky that I got it second hand. But ISBN is there if that's helpful to anyone. And I ordered that one from the lady, but she was also selling these as a set. So obviously I wanted that one, but I thought, actually, I'll have this one as well. So this came with it. Welcome to Tatiana Bagima's Colouring World Adult Colouring Pages. It's quite a chunky book. It's thicker than her normal ones. And it obviously is a mixture of all these different ones. Some nice little towns in there. Nice little Christmas. Nice little Easter. Steampunk. Magic Mask. Great Lines. Cute Girls. Halloween. I think. But what I did notice was, I don't know why, but this one has been printed in Poland. So I did notice, look at how black this is. The quality of paper, I think, is much better than my nice little town books that I've got. So I am actually quite pleased I've got this. I mean, it's not good paper. It's still Amazon paper, but it feels certainly better than my paper in my other Amazon printed Tiny Bodiga, but I'm not going to go through all this because obviously these are all old pages, but it's a mixture of lots of different things in this book. I'm sure again is available in a catalogue on various different Amazons, Yeah, but I'm just a bit happier that the paper is just a bit better. It feels very similar to the paper in my R.J. Hampson books, which, again, it's not amazing paper, but it's paper that I'm used to working on, and feels slightly better. So, yeah, it's kind of a mixed bag of Tatiana in that one. And then this is totally other YouTubers' fault that I've ended up getting this. I've been keeping an eye out for this for quite a while, and as you know, it's out of print. It's not the easiest book to get hold of. Various different YouTubers have got it, haven't they? And for a while I was like, no, I'm not getting it. I'm not going to pay silly money for it. I'm not getting it. Then Debbie from Colour Me Stress Free has been doing quite a bit of hers. Kirsty's been from Kirsten Colour and Sketch. She's been doing some in hers. I think Doodle's just got one as well, Doodle Robot. So yeah, I fell down the mouse guard trap and ended up buying it. So mine is from eBay, and it's come from Goodwill in, where was it? I thought I'd seen it on here, Seattle. So yeah, it's come a little bit of a way to get to me, and I had no idea what kind of state it was in. But yeah, it's okay. It's not too bad. It's a little bit dinged on the corners. There's a few marks on the cover. But let's be honest, when I start working in it, it will have more marks on the cover. There's, again, plenty of flips of this book. I must admit, it was a lot bigger than I thought it was in real life. I don't know why, but I'd imagine this to be a much smaller book. So I was quite surprised when it came and it was this big. I was kind of imagining kind of more that size. I don't know why. Again, I'm sure various different places have had measurements on, and I've just not looked. But it's a very, very different book, isn't it? It's not like anything I have already. It's unusual. The style is very, very different. And obviously the paper is pretty good in it, so yeah, I'm quite looking forward to doing a page in it. So I won't be starting here. Some of them look a bit terrifying. I quite like those stained glass pages. Oh, what a convenient way for the book to fall. I quite like these. These look quite fun, and obviously stained glass will be quite bright, so yeah, I might start on something like that. But these are also a nice little start, that are just little squares. So yeah, at some point I'm hoping I can have a go in My Postcard by David Peterson. Beautiful book. Very pleased. I've also got this month's Colour in Heaven. I've not been buying a huge amount of Colour in Heaven lately, because if I'm honest, I don't colour in them a huge amount. So unless it's something that I really don't have a huge amount of, I've kind of said no, up past it, don't get it. I think I didn't get any of the Christmas issues this time, which is quite unusual for me. I didn't get the Halloween issues this time, which again, unless it's something I really love, I'm not buying them now. But I don't have a huge amount of Daria Karkasoy. I think I've only got one book. So I thought, there's no harm in having this one, because it's not something I have already. And it's quite a nice mix of line and grayscale. And I do like her portraits, so it gives me a bit more of a wider selection of some of those as well. So yeah, I've added that to my collection. Again, there's loads of flips about it, but Little Cuties Special, Colour in Heaven by Daria Karkasoy. Another one that's already on the channel is obviously R.J. Hanson's Frogtail. Flip's already available, so you can have a look if you want to. Very, very cute. Totally my cup of tea. This book will again be getting coloured, no doubt, very soon. Frog's Tale by R.J. Hampson. And another one that I think I've already put the flip of is The Cat Looking for the Magical Keys, or something like that. I don't even know where I've just put my sticker with it all on. Where have I put it? Oh, The Cat General Store and the Magical Key. Do you know what? Why don't I put my thing back inside like an idiot? But again, flip on the channel if you want to see this one in more detail. But yeah, little cat's adventure with his little catty friend as well. That has also been this month. And then when I got that one, I also ordered, because I was ordering from Amazon Japan, I thought it'd be clever and get some cocoa wire, but on Japanese paper, I thought. So I ordered these from Japan. And yes, they have been printed in Japan, but still on cocoa wire's rubbish paper. It is not the Japanese nice paper. So I have paid over the odds for this book from Japan, hoping, particularly for this one with flowers in, made like bloom. I thought this would be nice if you could paint it. That'd be really lovely. I could paint these flowers in watercolour. I'd quite enjoy that. No, I cannot put water paint on this, because it's just the usual rough. It's exactly the same paper as that I've had from the UK printing, so I was a bit disappointed with that. Not with the images, I still like the images, but I was hoping to be able to paint them. I'll still use them, and I do like it. And the other one I got was Beauties, again same, printed in Japan, but sadly not on the Japan paper that I like, that we can paint on, but never mind. Either way, some still beautiful portraits in here. I don't like them all in here, some of them are a bit cheesy, aren't they, but there's a good chunk of them that I do like. Not that I haven't got loads to still finish in the ones I've got, but I thought I would add to this one, and like I say, I was hoping I could paint some of it, but sadly I cannot. But they have been printed beautifully, I do have to say that. The black, look how beautiful that black is. I mean, I don't love the black backs on these because they do tend to print when you're working in pencil, but it has been printed absolutely beautiful. Not like the shoddiness I get from my local one. And then my last book from Japan was another of these little Mikitaki's postcards. I probably pronounced that wrong, sorry for slaughtering your name. And this one's all about rabbits, which I thought was quite cute. Let me crack it open. This obviously is postcards. Oh, that's stiff. It's postcards, and it's the usual format of you've got a printed version and you've got a version to colour. You've got your little examples of what it looks like, and then we can stay on that side. Let's try and keep the crease out. Ugh. So you've got the usual little coloured version and your version to colour. Same, cute. And then your version, and they're only little cards, these, aren't they? So they're not a bad quick colour, but I think you've got to like doing fur to do this book. But they are cute. And then the blank. Oh, one's the right way round at last. Little bunny on the moon. Easter bunnies, definitely a book for Easter. I squashed the spine a little bit. That was going too well the right way up. I have to concentrate when I flip him in this direction because it's just too tricky. That one's a cute one. Oop, back the right way. Alice in Wonderland page. Oh, back the wrong way. I think that's the last one. That one's a lovely last one. I like it. Yeah, and that is that. You can colour the outside of the book if you want to. It's kind of printed in pink, which is quite unusual. Again, it'll probably go through if you use alcohol markers, but I think you could actually colour front and back. They're quite nice designs on both front and back if you wanted to. And yeah, that's my last book in my book haul this month. Well, for the last 2 months really. Because quite a few of those, the Mouse Guard one I ordered quite a while ago. These Japanese ones I ordered a little bit of time ago as well. So yeah, they've come together quite nicely this month. There's probably not going to be a huge amount coming up in the next few months. I think there's some new releases, aren't they? But they're very popular books, so whether I'll haul them or not, I don't know. But hopefully there was something in there for you that you might be interested in. I'll put the Japanese links in to Amazon Japan, because I know these are tricky to try and find if you don't know your way around on the anything that's from UK Amazon. Obviously I won't, they're easily searchable. But yeah, hopefully there was something that interested you along the way. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you're enjoying your colouring. Bye bye.